forgot how to intro videos. Oh my god, how did I used to do it? What is that guide? Shut up. Hey guys, and welcome to a new video on my channel. It's the first video technically on the channel, even though there's thousands of videos on this channel. First video in the relaunch of this channel. A welcome along the ride. We've got a lot of videos to come. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. Leave a like on the video. If we can hit 500 likes on this video, then I'm going to bring you a new video out on Thursday. Today is Thursday. I'm bringing you a new video out on Tuesday, and it's going to be. I think you guys are going to like it. It's Big Brother related. I can't wait to bring it out to you. But today I wanted to do my first video. I thought I could do a welcome to my channel. I could do all that, but I just thought, you know what? I'm going to get right into it. It's a video I've wanted to do for a long time since coming out of the house. I've never pulled my finger out my arse, literally and figuratively, since coming out of the house. I haven't as of yet done it, but now it's time, I guess, to finally. I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, even before I went in the house, but I hadn't come out at that point, so I couldn't kind of do it. It's kind of a technical issue there. But finally, I'm in a position to do my coming out story. I want to set the record straight. I want to tell you the truth about my coming out, and I want to tell you how it's been, the reaction and stuff like that. So this is my coming out story. I don't really know where to start really with this, but the thing is that I don't want to get emotional in this video because I got emotional for 52 days in the house. Like, there's no need for it. But obviously, there's been a lot that's been said about my coming out and stuff like that, and how different people have their different opinion on it and stuff like that. And obviously, I just want to set the record straight. And just want to tell you the truth. It's about when I was about 14, I realised that I'm not a Roman road. I'm more like Spaghetti Junction. And obviously there's different things with that. There's a process, so it's not like just you work out one day and it's like, oh, okay, rainbow flags coming out my arse. It's not how it happens. Like you go through denial stages, you go through different things. Or at least I did, and I found it very difficult. The first person I probably told was my best friend when I was about 16. We just left high school, and I really needed to tell someone. So we went on a little bike ride. I told her I needed to tell her something. I told her she was amazing. God love her, she's amazing. I love you, Bex. And she was like the first person I told, and she was the one person I could confide in about it for 2 years. But I still kind of didn't feel 100% because you don't kind of confide in her about things, you know what I mean? When you were with her and when it was alone, so I had to be very careful. Oh my god, I got crap. I'm okay. So that, and then obviously, just before I went into the house, what I did is because I wanted to tell all my family before I went into the house. Bear in mind, I got a huge family, it's like 30, 40 people. So I wrote them all letters individually. They're all like personalised letters. I've still got all the letters that I was meant to give them, and I managed to give my aunt one of my aunts, and I thought it would create like a domino effect, but it just didn't. And her reaction was amazing, so lovely, so sweet, but it just didn't create a domino effect because it just made everything feel so real. And I was like, oh my god, I don't know, and it just made it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. The day before I went into hide, I told my mum. I didn't really tell her. I told her but didn't tell her, and I told her because I was like, if this comes I at least want you to know. And then she told my dad while I was in hiding, but he never heard it from me. So the first time he heard it would have been with you guys on television, and I guess so I mean the people that think I came out before, because obviously there was that video where I called myself a puff when I was talking about the fear of death and stuff like that. Again, there's nothing to that. And the tweet where I said I'm Ben, follow my private Twitter. If every teenager who called himself Ben was actually Ben, there'd be so many more fish in the pond than me. But anyway, beside the point. So obviously, there were just grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, step family, sister, little sister. I mean, it didn't really mean nothing to her, to be honest. Friends, parents' friends, high school friends, school friends, sixth form friends, football friends, fucking primary school friends, YouTube. Just honestly, countless people. There were 3 people that knew. 3 people that knew. So obviously I went on Big Brother. The plan was never to do it. That's God's honest truth. The plan was, don't speak about it, don't talk about it. Get through this, enjoy this experience, and don't let the thing that's been plaguing you for 5 years, don't let that affect this. But very quickly, what I realised is thing is, it's been a massive problem in my life for like 5 years. Like I've really struggled with different things, and deludedly I thought I could go through the process and not talk about it, and literally day 3, day 4, it was just consuming my fucking thoughts. And at home you could escape, go to your room, you could cry, you know, there you can't do that. You can't do that on television. You can't do it, because they'll see you and they'll call you to the diary room to try to help you, try to support you, stuff like that. And I guess what it all boiled down to is because it was consuming me, it was affecting my time. And you've got to understand, Big Brother was a fucking dream. It's literally my dream to be a Big Brother. It was affecting it negatively. It was just not making me enjoy my experience. It was just ruining my experience, really. And I thought, I just remember sitting there thinking to myself, I'm not letting this thing, I'm not letting my sexuality ruin something. I'm not letting it ruin my dream. I'm finally going to take control of it. I'm finally going to do the thing that I've wanted to do before I went in the house. I've needed to do for ages. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it. And yes, it's not ideal. And yes, I wish I would have told my family and my friends before I went in the house. And I wish that they didn't have to find out along with everyone else watching. But it was bigger than, and this is why it's funny when people say it was a game plan and this and that. It was bigger than Big Brother. It was about my life. It was about not letting it affect my dream. But it was about my life. It was about me putting the last 4 years that literally made me want to fucking die every single night when I went to bed. Literally for 4 or 5 years, every single night I went to bed, I didn't want to fucking wake up because I was worried about kids. Cause I've always wanted kids, and I thought I'm never going to be able to continue the family name like that. It's going to die, and it's going to be my fault. You know, I worried about the reaction of straight friends and how they would react. Would I ever be able to play football with them again? I thought people would end up walking on eggshells with me. They wouldn't know what to say. Could they make a joke about this? Could they not? And it was still for me, it was just a massive thing. And I guess because, you know, I'm into football and that sort of stuff, which stereotypically you're not into, and I guess that's why I fucked the stereotype essentially, because it's bullshit. And I just thought, how? I don't know how I'm going to do this. And obviously I found Lewis, and God love him, because I'd never been able to do it without him. He was absolutely amazing, and he said some stuff to me I'll never forget. That conversation we had in the locker room, you've all seen it, was amazing. You know, and what I wish every single guy that's struggling had a friend like that, because he was amazing. My best friend Bex was amazing. I couldn't have done it without her. And Lewis was amazing too. They were both absolutely extraordinary. And I guess I did it in there because I wanted to be open to the housemates, but also I didn't want it to let it affect anything else going forward. I didn't want it to affect me or my life anymore. I just wanted to put it to bed, and I just wanted to overcome it and just take that step and take that leap. And I did, and I you know, and it is thanks to Lewis, and it's thanks to the housemates. The reaction that they gave me, honestly, means absolute fucking world to me. I never ever will I forget it. Never will I forget the reaction they gave me in that room. Never will I forget what Lewis did for me. I will be literally forever grateful for what he did for me, because I really, you know, he helped put to bed. And the housemates, and this is what I say to each and every single one of them, the biggest compliment I could ever give them is the fact that I knew him for a few weeks, and I shared something with him that I'd been plaguing my life for 5 fucking years. The guys, the way my family, my friends have been since I come out of the house, to be honest with you, I feel like it doesn't make me feel like shit, but it makes you feel like they've been so lovely, and they've been so supportive, and they haven't once treaded on eggshells around, which is something I'm really worried about. They've been so normal. You know, obviously it's been a massive, you know, I did just tell them, I did it on television. You know, they could have been offended that I didn't tell them, and none of them have been. They've all been amazing, literally every single one of them. And I never doubted them, but I guess it kind of looks like I did, and I want to apologise if I ever thought I doubted them, and I'm sorry that I didn't get the chance to tell you before I went to the house. I wish I would have done. I wish I'd been able to give you those letters that I wrote. but I just couldn't do it. And I guess it's because I always had such a loving and a caring and supportive family. I guess it just made it harder, because in my head, it was stupid, I was going to lose all that. And I guess that's why I found it so hard to do it, and it's so hard to tell them. But I just want to say that their support and their love just means the world to me. I guess I should really speak about the trolls very briefly, because obviously a lot of stuff's been said, you know, since I came out the house, and I can't pretend it hasn't hurt. You know, there's been different people saying, oh, he's asexual, or it was fake, or he'd already come out, oh, his whole family knew, and all this shit. None of it's true. None of it's true. It was this massive, you know, scam to win the show, to get votes, to get this. It was a game plan, he planned to do it, he knew what it was. And I just say to those people, you don't know. You don't know how difficult my sexuality and accepted it was. You don't know how difficult it was for me, you really don't. But I can't pretend it didn't hurt, because since when I came out of the house and I read the different things, it just brought it all. It brought the last 4 years that I thought I put to bed. It just brought everything back. Oh my God, shut up, Kim's crying. It just brought it all back. The pain, the fucking every single, the endless fucking nights of crying in bed. The feeling of rejection, even though he'd never been rejected. It's brought all back. It was like, I've questioned this for 5 years of my life. And you think I'm going to let some random person on Twitter question my sexuality and say, oh, he's asexual, it's not really, he's not even, he can't even say the word. I thank my friends, they're amazing. There was a, because I always worried about my straight friends and how they'd react. Because I always, in my head, thought that they'd be weird, or, you know, I would never be able to play football with them again, or whatever else. And there was one person that I was a bit worried about, because of someone at school, and he was amazing. He literally said, it doesn't change anything, Cameron. Yeah, I love you for who you are. It's something as simple as that. It meant the fucking world to me. And, you know, yes, there's been some, you know, people shouting stuff in the streets and stuff like that. You know, oh, that's the faggot off the television and stuff like that. But when I see the messages I've got from people saying I've supported them and helped them come out, wow. The fact that I've helped inspire people has made the last 4 years fucking worth it. I've made me go to bed crying most nights and feeling shit, and made it all worth it. All that pain was absolutely worth it, because I've managed in the end to help people out with it, and to make them feel a little less alone. And it does feel very, very lonely, and I don't want anyone to feel alone, but you can feel very, very alone. And the fact that I've managed to help people not feel alone is the most incredible feeling. But like I said, that I'm not the only person that's ever come out. Yes, I did it on television, but loads of other people have come out to different reactions. You know, to great supportive reactions, to not so good reactions, and that's what I do. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I do dedicate my Big Brother win to everybody that's come out, because it ain't easy. It is difficult. It's still hard. Yes, it's 2018, but it's still tough, and it's tough because it's a lot of it's in our minds. But I want you to know out there, it doesn't change who you are. It doesn't have to change who you are. Be exactly the same person. You're exactly the same person. It doesn't change who you are, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And it doesn't matter what anyone else says. There's zero wrong with it. There are so many issues in the world, and this is not one of them. It never will be. Alright. And if you're worried about a God or whatever, and what they think, I honestly believe if there's a God up there, then he ain't gonna hate you for love. Nah, no way. And if he does, then what sort of a God is he? But I don't believe he does. I don't believe if there's a God out there that he's going to hate you for following your heart, because that's all we're doing is following our heart. We're loving the people we love. There's nothing wrong with it. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And don't let anybody let it define you any more than you want it to, because it doesn't have to. But sexuality doesn't define me. It's not the only thing that makes me tick. It's not the only thing that's interesting about me. And yes, it's been very tough, and to get to the stage to come out was absolutely one of the hardest things I'll probably ever have to go through. There were a lot of, every emotion you can think, every emotion you can feel, I felt at some point in those 4 years. But now I feel finally free. I feel like I can finally start to live the life that I wanted to live. I can start finally being myself, because it holds you back in more ways than you think, because you just feel like every conversation you're having, you're not being honest. And that's ridiculous, because you don't tell the butcher your whole life story. It doesn't mean you're lying to him because you haven't told him that you did this last week. So but it's just in our heads we feel like we're lying, and we aren't lying. It's just we're not ready to be open about it. But I guess a couple months ago I was ready, well, about a month ago I was ready to be open about it. And yes, I couldn't say the words, but I want to thank the trolls, because they've spurred me on, because I've been trying my bloody best to say the words, and now I can finally say it. I'm gay, and there's absolutely nothing anyone can do about it. Now I can say the words, I can say them openly. I want to thank the trolls, but most importantly I want to thank my family. You're incredible. I love you so much. And the support and the love that you gave me, like I say, I will never ever forget it. You're the most incredibly caring, loving and supportive family, and I'm sorry you had to find out on national television. I wish I could have done it in a better way. I really, really do. I wish I could have told you beforehand, and it was nothing against any of you. It wasn't that I didn't trust you or didn't think that you would react fine. It was just me and my head, and I really do apologise about that. I want to thank my friends for being the most incredible bunch of friends and just proving why I'm friends with you. You're the most unbelievable people. I'm grateful the majority of you haven't treated me any differently. You've been as loving and supportive. It's been amazing. To the housemates, thank you so much. Thank you so much for making that moment, for making that part of my life something I can look back on and smile about, not in the other way around. And I really didn't think that was going to happen. I thank Tom for being such an amazing support in that house. You guys didn't get to see it as much as he was on television. He was amazing for me in that house. Absolutely amazing. And I love him to bits. To Lewis, I've got your back for life. I really, really have. You helped me see the light when I didn't think they were there. You helped push me towards the light. And yes, I still had to step out to light, but I would have never been able to do it without you. The conversation you had with me in the locker room, I never ever forget. And I mean that. The words you said, I will never ever forget. And I want to thank Big Brother, because you helped change my life. But I also want to thank the support that I've had, the messages that I've received, because like I say, it's made it all worth it. I want to thank you all. I love you all. And I really, really hope that my story and my journey will have hopefully inspired some of you. I know some of you it has already, and you should be so proud of yourself. But if you're still struggling, and if you're still finding it difficult, just hold on. Please hold on. You will be fine. Please hold on. You will get through it. I promise you that. I didn't see the light for 4 years, and that is the God's honest truth. I did not see the light. I thought there was no light at the end of the tunnel, and I thought if I ever did come out, it was going to be nothing but bad. But what you need to know is no matter what the reaction is, you've got thousands of people that support you, and you'll be welcomed into the community. It's the most incredible community in the world. And I swear to you, everything will be okay. You might not feel it right now, but it will. And you will get to a position, and you will find a moment and a time where it just feels right. And you'll find your own way of doing it, your own way of coming out, your own way of expressing yourself. And it might be completely different to the way I did it or the way thousands of other people did it. It doesn't matter. It's your way. It doesn't matter who you tell, how you do it. It's your way. So long as it gets you to the same place where you feel free, you feel liberated, and you feel like you can finally start to live your life, you can actually breathe, because it feels like we're underwater. That's how I describe it. It feels like we're underwater. I was underwater for 4 years, and then finally I can bring my head out of water. I can bloody breathe again, and it's a beautiful sight. And yes, it's scary because there's seagulls and they probably peck me face off, but it's so much better than holding your breath underwater, because we're drowning, but you don't have to drown. There's light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you that. It just takes time. Let it take time. Let all those feelings, let you feel those feelings you need to feel. Write it down. Do it your way. Take your time, and when the moment's right, take that step and do it. And know you'll be stronger for it in the long run, and you will be okay. I promise you that. I'm going to put some links down in the description below for lines and online things that you can contact if you're really struggling, if you need someone to talk to. Just finding one person to talk to can be absolutely amazing. It can be so helpful. Even just things or songs or short films or stuff like that, or people that you feel like you can relate to, can be so helpful, because it can feel really lonely. But the one thing I want to leave you on is, do not feel alone, because you are not alone. You can get through it. People have got through it. You will get through it, and you'll be so much stronger for it. And remember, no matter what anyone says, no matter what some random person in the street that you're never gonna have to meet ever again says, love is love. Love is beautiful, and what you feel is no different. I love you all, and like I said, yes, I'm gay, and now I can say the words, and I tell you what, it feels so fucking good. I love you all so much. I cannot put into words how grateful I am for everything you've done for me. I'm not going to start again because I'm going to cry, but the support, the love, the housemates, my friends, my family, Lewis, Thomas, I love you all so much. And even the trolls, I love you because you've helped me say the words. That's the truth. The truth is, before I went in the house, 3 people knew. The majority of my family, 95% of my family, found out on television with you. All my friends, bar my best friend, found out on television. So that's the truth. There's no inside job. It was no scam. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for everything. And yeah, that is it for this video. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like. And just remember, love is love, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and I will see you all next time. Thank you so much. I hope to love you all. Goodbye.